Okay, here we are with a not so straight cutting mat, but it is here, and I've already damaged some of the lines further down with some super glue remover, which is just acetone, it seems. But yeah, we have, as you can maybe see, two Blackmagic cameras. Well, one camera and one shell for parts. So that black on black does work well, although these lines make it so you can see that the cameras don't light up. So, yeah, it's not perfect. He said it was mint, and it's close-ish. So he sent me the replacement battery with, that was packed in there. This was included in there, so a new side cover. And I offered to send him some maple syrup back as a thank you, and he ended up shipping me a jar of Marmite. Which is, I've wanted to try this for years. I love Twiglets. I can get them locally, but I can't get Marmite in Canada. At least not like this stuff. This is like proper from the UK, which is like, yeah, it's like enriched or something mineral-wise, but they can't import this one, so there's like a different version for Canada, but it tastes different apparently. So I'm gonna get to try this, which is really cool, but I feel like, I don't know. Either he was a little dishonest about this, or this caused a little bit of damage in transit. It was packed really quite well, and overall it is really quite nice. It doesn't have like worn down shiny bits like this old one does in some areas, but as you can see on the battery board, that connector got a little fucked up. Oh, sorry, and it had another battery door too, which is in better shape than mine, like it's not worn down, so that's nice. But that connector got banged up a little. There's a small hairline crack right there, which is really annoying and unfortunate. This post here was broken off. The power switch assembly was cracked in half, and that's in like a very similar spot to where it was cracked before. So it seems like that is a weak point of these cameras. What else was there? There was another one I had noticed. I mean, there's like a ding there. There was another, oh yeah, and a fairly good scratch there. If you could focus, please. There you go. Fairly good scratch there, which, I don't know, that's disappointing, but I took this assembly out, and I started 3D modeling it, and I actually, I'll maybe show you on the other one, but I just started with trying to get the profile first. Hang on, that's way too, there we go. I started by just trying to get the profile first, like the sort of two-part curve of the body, and it fit, like, first time, and it's, like, bang on. And then I printed the larger one a few times, and I didn't round this side off enough, so I just snipped the back off. And that does fit. And it fits like pretty close. The middle section needs to be tweaked a bit, and obviously around the back end. But then I would have to design the thing that hooks in these, and then I would have to design like the clear section where the light passes through, and all the underside bits, which are kind of complicated. Which I could do. The hardest part was figuring out how to get that curve set up. But, yeah, I don't know. I would like it to be one seamless piece and not, like, visibly damaged. It's a shame that it's on something that you interact with so regularly. But realistically, in terms of noticing it, it shouldn't be there. I was kind of expecting new camera when he said it was mint. Like, that crack right there is really unfortunate. The cage should hide that. And I epoxied that together, and then I used some really fine sandpaper and sanded it down, and then I polished it up a little bit with some plastics. And if you're looking for it, or you look at it, you notice it, but it doesn't grab your finger like it did before. So, we'll probably call that good enough. Oh, and then he forgot to send me the LCD screen. He forgot to send me this part without the screen and the buttons and shit, so we'll see if I have to pay more shipping for that. or if he'll just send it over. Slight error in communication. So, I'm not going to get to take the camera out this weekend. I tried putting this one on the body and it did fit, but it was just a little bit off. And I think these two little cracks, I think there's just a little bit of stress internally in this plastic, and it makes it a fit where I don't want to do it and then take it out and use it and then undo it and put it back in. I just don't want to risk it. And then I swapped the encoder wheel from the old one to the new one, because the new one sounded a little weird. This is the old encoder wheel and the new button assembly. And then this is the encoder wheel that came with the new assembly. It's like slightly higher pitched. It's not a functional thing. It just aesthetically sounds better to me, that one, than this one. That one's just a little high pitched. So I figured I'd swap it out since I have the parts. Yeah, so I guess we're going to switch things out though. It looks like the actual EF mount doesn't need to come out. Oh, and the other thing, I fast forwarded through it in the original video. So the main body, it does have some regular polycarbonate parts and some ABS, I think, parts. I think this side piece was ABS. Polycarbonate ABS blend. But the rest of the body is polycarbonate with 15% carbon fiber. And that sounds like metal. Like, that sounds like aluminum. Like, that's really impressive. Like, I haven't had hands-on. I've had PTG ABS, which is like, or PTG 20% carbon fiber, which is like impressive, but this is like, it kind of sounds like metal. It's super stiff. It's really impressive material. So yeah, the snout on the new one is also more impressive, or in better shape. So I've got two of those. Yeah, it looks like everything we're going to do is actually from the back, so that's good. So there's probably going to be jump cuts and skipping around. Most of this video is probably going to be fast forward. And then yeah, just making sure I manage dust really well, clean things off. I have canned air to blow out this one. Don't use canned air on the sensor. Apparently that's a bad thing. When I take the sensor board out, I'm just going to hold it above the desk in my clamp thing so the sensor doesn't touch the actual desk. It's just all about minimizing having to get the sensor cleaned. As much as looking at the bare sensor would be nice, keep it face down. Okay, that is secure. Had to look at the sensor. I'm not going to be able to show you. Okay, so we have plastic shim. Sorry, just so you guys can see this. Plastic shim. 0.2 shim. Another 0.2 shim. Oh my god, come on. Oh, and then just one more. Plastic 0.2, 0.2, 0.5. I mean, I guess if I'm getting the sensor cleaned anyways, as I'll take a look at it. There we go, sensor. Alright, back down. Okay, so we have the back of the sensor cleaned off. And I'm going to apply some Crown Out Extreme. Massively overkill for this, but I figure why not since I have it. It's the same stuff I use for my water-cooled GPU. Okay. Let's go ahead and hook up our dummy cable, or whatever, our DC cable. Still stressful. Fan is on, it's drawing 1 amp. That's good. Let's try putting a battery in. I tried putting a battery in with the other one, and it didn't seem to light up red to indicate that it was charging the battery. But maybe it's that the battery is full. These are third-party batteries, but they are supposed to be 100% compatible. It is drawing 200 milliamps. It was drawing like 17 watts before with a battery that seemed to be partially dead. So the 4K seemed to light up red when it was charging a battery, or that's what I heard, but maybe they don't do that on the 6K? I thought that was a bicolor LED though. Okay. Oh god, I just realized that's not tight. Alright. Okay, so yeah, let's look at getting... I'll leave this for now. Let's test it with the LCD and the lens. And just make sure all the buttons and shit work. So first we'll plug it in on DC power. Let's just check that battery light again. No red light for the battery. Damn. Okay, she is on and working. AC. No indicator that there's a battery there at all, really. But we are on battery. Okay, this is changing our iris. That switches to our ISO. Our shutter angle. Sorry, you can't see any of that. Shutter angle. Let's get back to... ISO. Just make it stupid. White balance. Oh, I see. So clicking it in seems to just be a reset. And then again, that's our iris. So left is open, right is not. Okay, that's set to our off mode FPS. I don't know what that one does. These are programmable though, but it seems to work. That one doesn't seem to be doing anything. So that's the HF. They got that set as the HF bar button for some reason. Oh, okay. Function 1 turns zebras on and off. Function 2 is set to auto white balance. Set that to false color. Okay, so if I look at something metal, zebra striping. Okay, yeah, zebra striping, false color, high frame rate for some reason. What are color bars? Oh, there's a test. Okay, well, those work. I like that little move in and out on the animation on the screen. I feel like displaying the LUT would be a good one for that button. So you can see what it looks like raw. If I get something with color. Versus what it looks like with the LUT on it. False color. Zebra striping. You can change your aperture. I don't know what that one's supposed to do actually. That's our punch in for our zoom. Okay, I don't know how I exit the clip menu. So I'm going to get my SSD. So I picked up a Sabrent Rocket Nano V2, 2 terabyte. That should work pretty nice for this thing. Plug it in. Recording button works. Front recording button works. And the stills button works. Sorry, I'm off camera again. There we go. Stills button works. Recording button works. I don't know what that button's supposed to do. That looks like it's a... Oh, that's the... okay, it was because it was closed down all the way. That is the automatic exposure. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. I just need to get the thing cleaned, and then I need to wait probably a week for the LCD panel. But yeah, that right there seems to be fully working.
1 week later.
We're in the home stretch. This was actually supposed to arrive yesterday, but it got delayed. But here's the replacement backing, and that looks real good. Also, my Chilta cage came in, and I started designing, and I'm actually nearly done, a mount to hold on to the Sabrent Rocket NVMe 2 drive that I got. So that actually slides in on the cold shoe, secures in with a grub screw down there, and then your SSD just slots in there. It's, I need to change the print orientation. I was going for speed for these couple tests that I did. This is the third test, though, just for the alignment. So, should basically be, next one will be the final, and I'll just print it out and paint it. but that's going to be a real nice low profile mount for the SSD. And I got paint that'll match the two of these hopefully pretty accurately. But let's go ahead and swap out that screen. go. So, I'm not going to put these in quite yet. I want to try and polish up the tally light a bit more. I want to try and get the scratch that's visible out of there. But, this feels so good, man. So good. I now have, finally, after all this time, I mean, it's been like 3 weeks, but it's been a long, painful wait. I now have my Blackmagic Pocket 6K fully assembled. I just need a slight cleaning. And man, then it's good to go. Let's put the cage on this. I'm going to have to take it off to do the SSD thing, but it's going to look cool. So, let's pop the cage on. And the nice thing is the cage will hide the little hairline crack right there that I don't like. This has a little bit of spring in it, pushing that in. Let's hang on. Loosen it down. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. That right there is my very own screaming deal on a Blackmagic Pocket 6K cinema camera. The cage really does make it a lot bulkier, I will say. Not awful though. I think I would want another handle or something, I think, for some uses. But it's not too bad there. Man, yeah. This is sweet. It's going to be painful waiting for those cleaning things to get here to clean that out. I'm not going to bother taking a video of this. I think this is a pretty good ending point right here. I'll be able to pop my SSD in and out nice and easily. That's wearing in pretty nicely. And then, yeah, that's just going to be held in with a Type-C clip. Yeah. Oh, awesome. I can't wait to start using this thing. This is going to be sick.